Hi, I'm Charlie Grace with Forever Best Friend, and this is Moochdock Etiquette 101. Here's what you need to know. All right, folks, do you know what that sweet, sweet sound is? That is the sound of indoor van air conditioning running in the south when it's 86 degrees outside. It's only May. They say it's going to get to the 90s today. One more reason why I love mooch-docking at a friend's house. Air conditioning. Fabulous. All right, we've all heard of boondocking, but have you heard of mooch-docking? Let's talk about the etiquette for mooch-docking. This is going to be a lot of fun. Watch this. Okay, mooch-docking can be really great and you can visit friends and it allows you to plug in. However, you need to be considerate of parking. So one of the biggest rules of mooch-docking is, do you have a place to park that's not going to impede where they're parking or impede them getting out of the garage? So here's a great example. I'm parked right in the middle of this driveway. They can't get out of the garage, nor can they park beside me. They can park behind me, but then I can't get out either. So got to think about where you're going to park. That's one of the biggest things in mooch-docking. One of the biggest perks is that you get to plug in. Now, you may not have water, but you always can fill up your water tank with your garden hose. But you're plugged in, and when you're plugged in, you need to make sure that you have an extension. That's the first thing, because it may not go all the way to where you need to go. This particular house does not have an exterior outlet, so I have to go in the garage with my extension cord, and I'll show you what it looks like in there. All right, so here's the adventure van, and there's our electrical cord. As I said, we're gonna bring it in through the garage, which isn't exactly perfect, but you wanna make sure that you have lots of room. Now, if they have stuff in the way, you've gotta make sure that you have a good place for it, so it's not in the way of their stuff. This particular garage, they don't have anything in, so we're not too worried about it, but we're walking, we're gonna show you what it looks like when we have to plug it in and how we plug it in, because it's the most important thing, to make sure everybody's happy. So, as you can see, they have their one outlet. This is the closest one to outside. They don't have one inside, or this is the only one they have. So I had to plug it in. They already had a power strip here. So I plugged into their power strip. So you have to have an adapter. That's the first thing you need to make sure you have an adapter. And then after you have your adapter, you plug in your power surge, your surge guard, because even though you're at someone's house, doesn't mean things can't happen. You want to make sure you have one of those. And then you plug in your extension. I know it seems like a lot, but let me tell you what, it's totally worth it. You also need to make sure whatever breaker you're on can support what you're going to be using. So if you have your air conditioner on and refrigerator and all that kind of stuff. I currently have a 30 amp van, but there are certain rigs that have 50 amps. So please be aware of that and make sure you talk to the people before you plug in, because there's nothing worse than blowing a fuse or a breaker as you're plugging into their house that they're going to let you stay at. When you're mooch-docking, it's always nice to ask if you can fill up your water tank with water from their garden hose. It's just one of those things that's nice to keep a nice water tank full as you're traveling, but you always want to make sure you ask first. Also, every garden hose may leak. Things happen, and you want to make sure you leave it nicer than you found it. So one of the biggest things in mooch-docking is making sure when you use it, you put it back, and also that it's all nice and tidy. All right, so let's talk about things you should not do. Let's talk about some of the bad things not to do for mooch-docking. Okay, ready for this? Number one, do not leave any extra deposits or dog poop or things like that in their yard. You need to make sure you pick up after yourself, and that's not really cool. That's number one. Number two, just because you're mooch-docking at someone else's house does not mean that you need to throw a party. It is not your house. It's not your property. So even though you may have friends in town, you don't want to invite a bunch of people over unless you have the host permission. So don't all of a sudden call your buddies up and go, hey, I'm staying at so-and-so's party at 8 o'clock. Come on over. Yeah, talk to your host about that first. Another thing to think about is making sure that you leave the place cleaner than you found it. So if you had to work on your rig, or if something happened and you left the oil stain or something like that, you need to make sure you clean up after yourself. Most important thing with mooch-docking is just have fun. Enjoy your visit, because that's what it's all about, especially if you're visiting with friends. You know, enjoy your visit, spend some quality time, make sure that they know what your travel plans are and your next spot, so maybe you can come back and see them the next time. So thanks for watching our Moochdock 101. I'm going to share some stories with you as well, because you know what? While we're mooch-docking, we get to meet some really cool people. I always say, why be normal when you can be extraordinary? Well, guess what? I love walking up to strangers and asking them questions, and take a look at some of the strangers we met and places we went to on this particular mooch-docking trip in Western Alabama. So it's a 79 Lincoln Continental, and you just bought it.
It's a 1979 Lincoln Continental, but it has a Diamond Jubilee hood ornament.
Ooh.
And if you eBay those, they're about $1,100.
Really?
No joke, no joke. A Diamond Jubilee hood ornament. Paid $1,000 for the car because it wasn't running. With a can of starter fluid and a pair of pliers to be able to jump the starter solenoid, it drove itself on the trailer.
That is amazing.
And, so the vinyl tops always went bad in these cars, always. And the plan is to go ahead and fiberglass this all the way out because it's not as bad as it looks. Yeah. Generally, they're rotted down to here, but it's got the gray interior.
Look at this.
And
awesome.
It's got the gray interior. It's got the miles to empty. It's got the AC, everything as far as that goes. The climate control, everything. And the previous owner was having a little bit of struggles with it, but he is now being deployed. So,
gotcha.
And and this is my 15th one. We've owned 15 of these, and we flip parts on them. Do everything. We've made a couple of them convertibles. We use them in demolition derbies because generally they're so rusted out right here.
Right.
That there is no going back.
That is so cool.
But we'll sell all the parts off, and because you can't find parts for these. You don't go to AutoZone and just buy parts. Lincoln, Fords, Mercury's, you have to make the parts look nice. And but that is a thermostat. That is a heated mirror with a thermometer in it.
Okay, so I am looking at some amazing cigars, and all I can say is, Kyle from K&R Destinations, you're gonna love this. I've been told I'm not good at this.
I was about to say, we also have an upstairs, but you guys are more than welcome to check it out. We do $10 day passes for just non-members. If you're a member, you get to come back for free. If you have any questions about it, I can give you more info.
So, explain this to me one more time. Exactly, this lounge. So you join, and then you have access to this lounge, and what else?
You get full around the TV, you can drink, smoke. The servers will take your drink orders. Also, members will get a locker. They can keep their cigars in there, keeps them fresh. They're fully humidified. Also, with memberships, you get 15% off the box. So it's like if you get 20 or more sticks, you get 15% off.
Nice. Okay. It sounds like it's good to be a member.
And then you can also bring 2 people, and they don't have to pay for day pass either.
If this is your first time watching, hit that like button and subscribe. We love to make more friends, and this is going to be stuff that you're going to need to know while you are on the road, either full-time or part-time in van life or RV life with dogs. Okay, so here's my life. I gotta admit, I don't want to say it's like Cinderella, but wherever there's a dog, and you can always hear one in the background, they tend to find me. So apparently there's a German Shepherd mix that's going to come my way in about 2 minutes. And this is why I can't film outside all the time, nor can I talk today. Oh my gosh, it's like a crazy day. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. We have so much fun. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. And if you have any really good tips for mooch docking, let us know.